Everybody, Mr. Brown here with a quick thought of the day. Let your problems point you to God. Let your problems point you to God. This morning I was listening to our Bible app, not because I want to hear myself preach, but because in our app, there's a Bible reading plan going through the Bible. Today's the New Testament section with 2 Corinthians chapter 1. And in that passage, it begins talking about how God can comfort us, and he brings comfort. But in chapter 8, or verse 8, Paul begins to talk about how he despaired of life itself. Let me read it to you. 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 8. For we do not want you to be unawares, brothers, of the affliction we experienced in Asia. For we were so utterly burdened beyond our strength that we despaired of life itself. Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death, but that was to make us rely not on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead. And Paul, I don't know, and I looked at commentaries, no one really knows. There's speculation about what trouble Paul had in Asia, but whatever it was some deep trouble. It was some painful stuff. He had some problems. His problems may have had problems, but he despaired of life itself. He didn't want to live. I don't know if he was suicidal, but he was that depressed about the situation. But then he thought, man, we got the sense of death. This is going to kill us. And many of us can relate to that. And I don't know what your problem may be. And people kind of say we got first world problems and all this kind of stuff. But a problem is a problem, no matter how you look at it. It could be family. It could be internal, external. It could be a lot of things. But Paul felt like they had the sentence of death. But then he came to this conclusion. But that was for them not to rely on themselves, but on God who can raise the dead. I think that's what it says. On God who raises the dead, who has all power. And I like that analogy because he said, we got this problem, we struggle, we despair of life itself. But that was so we wouldn't keep relying on ourselves, but relying on God. I know there's a saying out there that says, God will never give you more than you can handle. I don't believe that. God gives us all kinds of stuff we can't handle, so we can trust him. We can rely on him. We can take our problems and point them to God. Because here's the options. Our problems can lead us to a place of despair, of frustration, of even giving up of life itself. We can take that and say, you know what, God, I can't handle this. And God's like, I know. And we can take those problems and point them to the one who raises the dead, who has all power. That is God himself. So no matter what you're going through today, take your problems and point them to God, who can take care of anything because he has the power to even raise the dead.